So I'm Debjani Sen. I'm a content experience director at Salesforce, where I lead a team of technical writers, managers, and content specialists. I've been in this field, technical documentation, for about 23 years now. So a technical writer is responsible for building new content for products or services that's either out in the market or being developed for launch. Yeah, many of them do. So many of them have come into the profession, folks with a background in history, communications, journalism is a pretty common field that folks come into this field with. If you do have a background in computer science, there is an area in tech writing called developer documentation that you can focus in on. But again, it's not a requirement to get into this. So I took some JavaScript classes, I took some Java classes just to get an understanding of the basics of computer science so that I could easily grasp some of the concepts that I was writing about. Like this. But you do have to have some knowledge and some understanding and some interest to do, you know, to do well in this profession. The way I landed my first job was to show the projects that I had worked on. So I took a combination of some of the writing projects I had done when I was doing my tech writing certification program and showed that in my portfolio to some of the companies that I was interviewing with, just to give them a sense of how well I can write, because that is essential. I do see a lot of internship postings. So typically, large companies will post openings for interns who are interested in, developer documentation. We're interested in building content for not just the product, but also maybe um, areas of marketing. That's another area that people can switch to if they want to move um, out of tech writing. Product marketing is another area that I see a lot of internships for. Definitely, product marketing is one area to look into if they can get into tech writing, and if they're not quite if enjoying the technical aspects, but they enjoy writing. Definitely, product marketing is one area to switch to. Another area would be product management because technical writers who write about the product have to know the product inside out. You have to love to be able to write, and and you have to love to do research. So if you're coming from a field that is outside of communications, um, you must be curious and you must have the qualities that allow you to go to many different folks, do your own research so that you know about the field that you're writing about. Yeah, you have to have a portfolio of writing samples. So that's one thing you need. Even if you're coming into the profession as a brand new entry level, any kind of writing samples would be good to have. In fact, it's expected, just so that the folks you're interviewing can judge whether you can write. If they catch typos, then that's a red flag. So you have to be an excellent writer, an excellent editor, and the other thing to expect in a tech writing interview is being able to go up to the whiteboard and write about a task. So someone can tell you, give you the basics of a feature, and then you have to be able to write about using it, even basic steps, um, providing instructions on how to use something. The other thing would be editing tests. Typically, we would uh, give some content that has not been edited and have the person edit it on the spot during an interview. If you're new to the field and you're not sure if this is the right profession, I would say start with a contract because you can evaluate quickly if this is something that is of interest to you. And in a contract, it's a short-term project. You'll very quickly know whether you enjoy it or not. And many companies these days offer opportunities to move from a contract to a full-time position. Product marketing is a natural fit, I would say, because again, the skills required there, being able to write well, and especially if you have a creative bent of mind, product marketing would be a great fit for someone who is more creative because technical writing doesn't allow you that flexibility in terms of being creative. You have to provide exact experiences when you're building technical documentation. So there's really no room for creativity there. The Society for Technical Communication is a good resource, so sdc.org. And that is basically a group of like hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of tech writers who have a common forum to get together and discuss trends in technology, what's going on in the space. It's a great way to also get started in the tech writing field. If you're new to it, there are opportunities that are posted there for internships and entry level openings.